We already have enough issues with Windows. A password manager shouldn't add to that. So today let me show you 3 of my favorite best password manager for Windows options. On today's roster, we have NordPass, 1Password, and RoboForm. Each of these can be considered one of the best password manager for PC picks, but for very different reasons. So let's compare them across different categories, starting with the Windows experience. Setup is pretty much the same across the board. You just download the app from the official website and follow the installation prompts. You'll likely see a suggestion to add a browser extension as well, and I recommend doing that if you want the app to autofill login fields for you while browsing. Now, looking at the individual apps, the NordPass Windows solution is modern and straightforward. All your passwords are in the main window, and you can use filters or organize them into folders. Aside from that, you can customize the theme and language. It can feel a bit rigid, but that's also what makes it great for beginners. 1Password Windows app has a premium feel with more visual flair. It's more customizable since you can add custom fields to items, import your own icons, and choose different view options in the settings. The app might feel a bit overwhelming for total beginners, but it's easy to get used to. Meanwhile, the RoboForm Windows app has a most old school interface. You can drag and drop items, organize them into folders, and it feels very in line with the classic Windows style, especially for Windows Vista fans, if those even exist. That said, I much prefer the browser extension, and RoboForm knows it's better too. Many features you'll try to access, like settings, will direct you to use the extension instead. So why not just start there? It's much more modern and intuitive. Overall, if you want the most straightforward option, I'd recommend NordPass. But whichever suits your style, I left discount links for all these best password managers for Windows options. You can find them in the description. But let's not judge a book by its cover. How secure are these password managers? Each Best Password Manager 2026 candidate is built with zero-knowledge architecture, meaning everything in your vault stays known only to you. Not even the company can view it. The encryption they use to scramble the data is slightly different though. RoboForm uses the industry standard, and while 1Password uses the same, it straightens it further with a secret key. This is added to your master password to create an encryption key with more variation, and therefore more security. You'll also need it when signing into your 1Password account on a new device, which lowers the chances of someone hacking your account. Meanwhile, NordPass uses one of the most modern ciphers available. It's just as secure but easier to implement properly, which makes it less prone to human error. These security practices aren't just promises either. The best password manager for Windows 10 and 11 candidates all have completed independent audits. However, 1Password is the most thorough in this area. It's hard to find a security test they haven't completed. Now, for extra account safety, each provider lets you enable two-factor authentication. They also allow integration with Windows Hello, or you can use biometrics to unlock the apps, which is the most convenient way to log in, at least for me. Overall, if I had to recommend the best password manager for Windows 10 and 11 in terms of security, I'd go with either NordPass for its modern encryption or 1Password for the added secret key assurance and extensive security checks. Again, whichever you choose, don't forget the deals in the description. They can save you a lot of money. Now, what about day-to-day features? In addition to storing passwords, each password manager lets you add information such as credit card details and secure notes, and you can also add files, except in RoboForm. You can easily share any item with other users of the same password manager. 1Password goes a step further by allowing you to create secure links to share with literally anyone. And if you get the family plan, you can share an entire vault. With any of them, you get a password generator and of course, autofill to complete login fields in just a couple of clicks. But as I mentioned earlier, you'll need the browser extensions for that. Next, there are also features that evaluate all the passwords in your vault. They're quite similar, though 1Password's Watchtower also flags additional vulnerabilities and lets you know which accounts can be converted into passkeys. Passkeys are another feature all 3 options support. They allow you to log in without a password by confirming your identity. Since there's no password involved, hackers can't steal it to access your accounts. Lastly, it's worth mentioning that you can set up emergency access for a trusted contact with NordPass and RoboForm, just in case something happens to you. 1Password doesn't offer that exact feature, but it generates an emergency kit PDF with account recovery information and your secret key when you set up the account. You can print it, write it in your password, and store it somewhere safe. I also want to highlight a couple of unique features. NordPass, for example, stands out with email masking, basically a burner email generator you can use instead of your real address. This helps reduce spam and unwanted exposure online. While 1Password offers a similar integration with Fastmail, NordPass includes it natively. Speaking of 1Password versus NordPass, 1Password stands out with travel mode, which lets you hide sensitive vaults from view when crossing borders. And when comparing NordPass versus RoboForm or 1Password versus RoboForm, RoboForm stands out with its batch login tool. It allows you to log into multiple saved accounts with a single click, which makes repetitive daily logins much less annoying. But let's be fair, in the end, the final choice depends heavily on price and overall value. RoboForm is the cheapest option, but you'll need the special deal to unlock the new user discount. This applies to the first year, though the renewal price remains very affordable. NordPass costs more, but the initial discounted subscription lasts twice as long. Plus, the app has a more modern interface and the latest encryption. I think it offers better value overall, which is why I use it whenever I'm not testing other options. 1Password feels premium, and well, so does the price. But if you're unsure whether all that polish is worth it, don't worry, it offers a 14-day free trial, and once you try it, you'll see why many users think the price is justified. So give it a try through the link in the description. But now that we've reviewed these providers from every angle, let me make your decision as easy as possible. Here are my final best password manager for PC nominations. If you want a modern, secure, and beginner-friendly solution, NordPass is the best all-around choice. If you're after the most premium experience and maximum protection against account takeovers, go with 1Password. And if you just want solid basics at a low price, RoboForm is the way to go. Anyway, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, meet me in the comments, and if not, wow, you really paid attention. If you'd like to see more of me, click that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, I'll see you around.